New
New system. Okay, heary. To the Protection and Welfare Committee for Monday, April 9th, 2018. It is 5-ish p.m. and we're in City Hall Room 207.
We can begin roll call.
Okay. The roll, we have Vice Chair Alder Dorf here. We have Alder Galvin here, myself as Chair, Alder Scannell, and have not heard from Alder Zima. Hopefully he'll be coming soon. But we have a quorum, so let's move. Oh, before I go any further though, everything we do here at the committee level is just a report to the council. The council has the final say. So whatever decision we make, it's not the final one, it's just we're recommending that to council, and then next Tuesday, 7 o'clock in the room next door, it'll become legal, binding. Okay?
First item we have is the approval of the agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alder Dorf, seconded by Alder Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have an agenda.
We now have the approval of the agenda.
Minutes.
We just did the agenda.
Oh, that was the
minutes.
minutes.
The minutes now.
Sorry.
That's okay.
The printout of the agenda is different than what I had on the screen. So
Oh.
You just approved the minutes
Agenda.
from the last meeting.
We just approved the agenda.
Well, that's what we said.
Yes.
Let's redo it. Let's redo the vote so that no one's confused.
Okay.
Would you like us to back up? You did say agenda.
I did say agenda?
Yeah.
You
I
did.
think okay. Again,
That's
the
okay,
template,
that's okay.
the way that the template is set up, it has the category and then the
Okay.
item is B1.
Okay.
So let's just do that
All right.
again.
So we'll start
Um,
over with, we have a new system.
Yes, item
If you couldn't tell.
B1, approval of the agenda for the April 9th meeting of 2018.
We just did
We
that.
just did that. Can we do the minutes next then?
Okay, I thought you wanted to re-vote on that, so
Well,
it's clear.
but should we do the minutes first? Should we go back and do the whole thing and do the minutes first and then the agenda? Is what I'm thinking?
So we've approved the agenda.
Yep.
Now we
Yes.
can move on to minutes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what we want to
Right?
do.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
So item number C1, approval of the minutes
Yeah.
from the March 12th, 2018 meeting.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion by Alder Galvin, second by Alder Dorf. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have our minutes.
That passed unanimously. Sorry, I have to say that now for the record for each item.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. New system.
Yep.
All right, so we are now moving on to new business, and that would be section 4A. A consideration with possible action on a request by the owner of Jill's, 613 Bodart Street, to hold outdoor events on June 25th and 30th, 2018.
Staff?
Law department has no objections to this. I do believe that the police department may have some questions to the licensee as to the event.
Yeah, it's just a general question. We want to know what kind of event, how it's going to be secured, what kind of
Okay.
back activities.
And, well, I know Jill's could not be here today, so I just wanted to make sure that I had heard that that might be true. I didn't know if it'd still be true, that's why I wanted to double check.
Well, there's time.
So yes, there is time, so I would take a motion to hold.
I'll make a motion to hold this.
Second.
Motion by Alder Galvin, seconded by Alder Dorf. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? That passes unanimously.
All right. Next item, consideration with possible action on a request by the owner of Mi Pueblo, 1905 North Irwin Avenue, to hold an outdoor event on May 5th, 2018.
Staff?
Law department has no objections, again deferring to PD, police department if they have any questions for the licensee.
It would be the same, that we'd like to find out what kind of security plans that they have.
At that, I believe they are here, so I'll take a, yes?
Motion to open the floor.
Well, motion open the floor by Alder Dorf, seconded by Alder Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the floor is now open. It means you can come up. Please fill out the form that's right there and state your name and address for the record verbally as well. Maybe before the meeting, we could kind of ask around if anybody wants to speak and get that stuff filled out before.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, so my name's Anna Curio. So my father owns the business.
And your address?
917 Stewart Street.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
So our family wants to host an outdoor event. It's open for all Green Bay, the whole public. And what we're looking to do is have outdoor music, sell food, and just have a fun event for the community.
Okay, just one second. For the record, Alder Zima has joined us now. We're on D2. And we're starting the new system, so it's a little different. So you just get to play along. And we had some questions for you from our police department.
Yes.
I'm just seeing your simple email that you plan on having a tent, so where is the tent going to be located?
And this side is west side and the other parking. You know where that park?
It's you know that on North Irwin, and then he's also the owner of the ice cream shop, and there's
Yeah, I'm gonna put the thing and then the parking behind the next to the on the parqueo.
Yes. It's right in the parking lot of 1905.
Yeah, the parking lot.
The parking lot. It will be right on the parking lot of 1905.
And will that tent have security fence around
So
it?
we're open to suggestions. Actually, we were talking about asking suggestions, and then we also thought about hiring staff for crossing the street, like some safeguards to because there are two lots, and so we kind of have it.
They're across from each other on the street, not side by side on the same? They're across from each other on
Yeah,
the street?
I got a parking and across the street.
Across the street, okay.
Across the street there's another parking.
Irwin,
Or Radisson.
or,
Is it the gravel lot to
No,
the south?
but the thing is gonna be this side is paved.
Paved.
Yeah.
So 1905 is paved. The gravel parking lot would be
The
for the
gravel?
cars,
This one?
but the event will be where the area's paved.
Paved.
The paved
Just to the
parking
west
lot.
of the building, probably.
Where's the building? Yeah.
West, okay. And then, I guess we're asking for your plan. You're asking us for suggestions, but we want to know what kind of security you have. How will you keep the alcohol contained in your event? How will you keep underage people from
Yes.
entering your event, that type of
Good
stuff?
Yeah,
question.
probably we're gonna use
we-
the bracelet.
Yeah, and we all are also hiring bouncers that from.
And whoever drink it, they're gonna use the bracelet.
Yes, and then we'll have to ask people to show their ID, and then the people that receive the bracelets have shown their ID that they're of drinking age.
So at this point, no fencing, so anyone can come and go as they please for the most part?
No, I put my plan is throw out one of those yellow fence and by the side, by the sidewalk. But whoever is going to be and listen to music, I'm going to throw tables, and whoever is going to drink, they're going to get a bracelet, and that the theme is going to be only for where with the food and the beer is going to be.
So they're basically like one place to get in and one place to leave?
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
make a suggestion or a motion? Why don't we, what I'd like to do is approve this pending you sitting down with the police department and working out a plan.
Yeah, it was my idea. Yeah.
Right, so I'm willing to make a motion to approve this pending the police department's approval of your plan. It's obvious you guys have a lot of questions, they've had a lot of experience, and I think if the two of you can sit down, you'll be able to work something out that'll be, make everybody happy and make it a
Yeah.
safe and fun event.
We're open to that. Yep.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to get something down, so as long as you're willing to meet with us at a later time. then you
Yes.
can approve
Yep.
it.
And that's totally fine. He has it for the most part planned out, but it's kind of better if we laid it all out for
Right,
you,
yep.
and that would be a good opportunity for
yep,
us.
yep, yep. And if you could do that before Tuesday.
Before Tuesday.
Yeah, we can agree.
Right, so
Yeah, we got to do
today's
something.
Tuesday, the 17th.
So
Tuesday the 17th.
Yeah, I didn't mean this Tuesday coming up, I'm sorry.
Tuesday the 17th.
Yeah,
and then
a week from today.
I'll wait for the.
Would you like to? Do you want to schedule something with us? Oh,
No, because it could just It could still be on our agenda. We
Okay.
could- Yeah, that's fine. So, within a week.
Then a week, okay?
We'll call you.
Okay,
Should I say-
thank you.
Motion to close the floor?
Motion to second.
Motion to close the floor by Alder Dorf, seconded by Alder Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries unanimously.
So I made a motion to approve pending approval by the Green Bay Police Department.
Motion by Alder Galvin,
I'll second that.
seconded by Alder Dorf. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries unanimously. So, meet with the police within the week. They'll notify us by next Tuesday when it would become final at the council.
Okay,
So, and it'd be good.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, the next item is consideration with possible action on an application for an available Class B liquor license by Ruben Rodriguez, El Tapatio Restaurant at 1638 University Avenue. They currently have a Class B beverage license.
Staff?
Law Department has no objections.
We have no objections either. They went through the security plan in November of 2017, so it's fairly a fresh entity.
Okay.
I just have a question for the police department. Have we done any compliance checks here? And if so, what were the results?
I know that they weren't ones that failed. I can't recall if
Okay,
we've ever
that's
done
good
that.
enough then. All right, motion to approve?
Second?
Motion by Alder Galvin to approve, seconded by Alder Dorf. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries unanimously. Okay.
Okay. All right, next item, consideration with possible action on an application for a Class B liquor license by Cheryl Knoll, Sherry's Place at LLC, or Sherry's Place LLC at 704 Bellevue Street.
Staff?
Law Department has no objections.
And the police doesn't have any objection either.
You concur?
I concur.
Can I ask a question of the owner? If she's here.
Is the owner, yep, okay.
Motion to open the floor?
Motion open the floor by Alder Galvin,
Second?
second by Alder Dorf. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries unanimously. If you could also fill out the form, and then state your name and address. You could do that now, we could talk, and you could fill it out after. And
Okay.
give it to me, okay?
Sherry Knoll, and my home address, 1171 South Atrium Court, De Pere.
Okay, thank you.
Is your establishment on the corner of Bellevue and
Cass Street.
Cass Street? Okay, it's been empty for, it's almost across the street from Cranky Pat's?
Correct. And it's been vacant for approximately 10 months.
Oh, is that all? Okay, that was all.
But the gentleman didn't have the business open for very long.
Okay, all right, thank you.
That was it?
That's pretty simple.
I don't know if I'm gonna allow that. I want something a little more than that.
Questions?
Motion to approve.
What?
Motion by Alder Zimmer to approve. Oh, we gotta close the floor. Yeah, motion by Alder Zimmer to return to order.
Second?
Second by Alder Dorf. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, we're now back amongst ourselves. Motion approved by Alder Zimmer.
Second?
Second by Alder Dorf. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? That carries unanimously. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One moment. Next item. For consideration with possible action regarding general ordinance number 3-18 relating to exotic and excessive animal permits, which was referred to committee from the April 2nd city council meeting.
Okay. There was some language cleaned up here. And it is my understanding there is no fee for exotic pets?
Nope.
No fee for exotic pets?
And no fee for the access permit either. So that language was based on the concerns that, that you had brought to our attention. That language was removed. And in addition, we removed the language regarding designation of residential lot making it strictly regulated based on household, dwelling unit versus lot. And we made those changes, and that was it, I think.
Well, thanks a lot for that
Mhm.
change on the lot.
Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
So as I understand that, with the change, the designation for the lot, if you had a fourplex, or someone that took an old home and turned it into 4 apartments,
Yep.
they could conceivably have 3 dogs in each unit then now?
If the humane officer so approves it. So it's still pending the humane officer's review and approval. So if she
Okay.
feels that the space doesn't fit the size of dogs or the number of dogs, then she won't approve that permit. But just to make it consistent, because we felt there would be some difficulties when there are multiple dwelling units on one residential
Right.
lot, and then how would you choose which family gets to have how many dogs? This way it's open to everybody, however, it would be pending review of Officer Manis.
I
Okay.
thought we'd use a dartboard.
And as to the exotic pets,
Mm-hmm.
whereas before, ordinance said we couldn't have anything that wasn't native to the state of Wisconsin, we now allow this, but they have to get a permit, right? A license?
That I'm not sure of. The changes that we were doing here were just for the access. Oh, no, so it would be for exotic.
Right,
So I believe that's up to, yes, Officer Mavis,
all right.
as to whether she would approve it or not.
And so it's up to her to determine if this is an animal that we want in the city limits or not.
Correct.
And it's solely up to her.
Well, they can appeal.
Well,
Right, they can appeal if she denies it, and in accordance with state law and with local
or we
ordinances.
could deny it at committee level or at council level.
Correct.
I mean, I just remember going into an apartment and finding a 15-foot boa constrictor in a
Right.
closet. It was an unpleasant experience.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah. So,
And if that person didn't have a permit, then they would have been cited. So this is just, this
Sure.
applies to people who actually voluntarily get in contact with clerk's office and obtain the permit to begin
Okay.
with.
but we're not gonna go out and hunt down people with
Right.
exotics or anything else like that.
Right.
Okay. All right, thank you.
I don't know if you should use that term.
Hunt down, yes.
exotic.
Seek them out.
Move to approve the ordinance.
Move to approve the ordinance by Alder Dorf.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Alder Galvin. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? That carries unanimously.
All right, the next item looks to be the liquor violation report from March 26th, 2018. That was the protection and welfare meeting that was canceled. So we're just including the liquor violation reports from that prior meeting.
And there will be no reports for that dealt on that particular day.
Okay, yep. And, well, there's nothing to report.
There's nothing to report for the report from March 26th.
Right.
We do have a separate report for
Right,
tonight's meeting
right.
as a separate agenda item.
Yep, yep.
Okay, can I ask a question about
The one that didn't get reported? That there's not. That's what we're on right now.
We're on the March 26th report, not the April 9th report.
Okay.
Would you like to move in? Make a
We can,
motion?
there's nothing, oh, do we need to
To
receive?
receive and place on file.
Oh, okay. So move for Alder Zima, makes a motion to receive and place on file.
Second?
Second by Alder Dorf, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that motion carries unanimously.
Okay. And then vote.
Motion to adjourn?
All right.
No, we got
One more item.
got one more item.
So the liquor violation reports from the police department for April 9th,
April 9th.
2018.
Well, we've got a question first.
The last page, data violation, Justin Jokey, simple battery, did that, is he an employee of a tavern?
This would have, I didn't review this one, this would have occurred on previous meetings. We want to go back on, since the last Protection and Welfare Committee meeting. going forward, so this would have been reported back.
Well, this is why I'm confused. This said on the one before, the police report for March 26th, I wanted to talk about this incident that took place on March 24th with Dennis Vaughn.
Well, if it wasn't part of that report though,
Well, then what report is it part of?
this
one
one,
for
the
April 9th?
the one we're not on right now.
That's a typo, that actually was on March 26th.
How do we keep getting these typos on dates of occurrence?
Ask the records personnel.
Why don't we look into that? Okay, so Jokey was handled before Dennis Vaughn. This took place at the Lions Den then, I take it?
It did, yes, absolutely. I can give you some of the specifics, it's still litigation in the district attorney's office.
I understand it, but is this one of these cases, Joanne, I'll address this to you, is this one of those cases that if he has a bartender's license or something like that, can we move to have it removed, or do we have to wait till it's renewed in the end of June?
If the charge is for such that would violate our liquor laws, then that would be either our ordinances or state liquor laws, then that would be a basis upon which to go to revocation of the person's operator's license.
So this isn't necessarily a violation of the liquor law?
It may not be if it's not like a felony conviction or sale to underage persons, disorderly
was-
house.
Okay,
Well, it hasn't been adjudicated yet, so.
Yeah. you gotta-
well, we don't have to wait till it's adjudicated.
No.
Of course you do.
We don't have to
You
wait?
can move to revoke based on
Yeah.
allegations or based on charges.
I've
You
always
don't have to
been able
wait
to
for
do that.
conviction.
Well, I would want to wait till much.
Or,
Some too.
so if he cut a deal on another case, say he cut a deal on another case, and he dismissed this as a favor to him because he cooperated, then we wouldn't be able to do anything about it?
Well,
Well,
that's still waiting until after adjudication. I'm not saying we shouldn't take the allegations into.
if it took 2 years to adjudicate this case?
Really?
It could potentially, it all depends on.
Okay,
I'm just talking from experience,
I'm not, yeah, and I was unaware,
yeah, so,
so I guess it's possible then.
I don't think you'd have to renew it.
Yeah, come June for sure, yeah.
You wouldn't have to wait for renewal time.
Right.
just to clarify.
if we think it
Move for
rises to the
revocation.
level that it's serious enough.
If it's 1 or 2 months, you would go through a quasi-judicial hearing or something like that.
Well, maybe if it happened,
I guess it all depends
Earlier.
upon what the details were that were involved with it, and there's very little here other than he's been charged with it. Was he attempting to deal? Was there something else going on? I mean, you know, and you don't know.
I have a basis of what took place there, and that, it wasn't that case at all. He was taking a break in his car when the police officer happened to stop by and found him and his friend in the vehicle doing his illicit activity.
Okay, and is he the owner, the bartender,
He was an employee.
an employee? Okay, and under their stipulation agreement, and licensee or employees of a licensed establishment is prohibited from being under the influence of an intoxicating or controlled substance or combination of that. You know, if he violated that.
I believe the details state the interior of the vehicle smelled strongly of marijuana.
Well, I guess what I'm asking is, did he violate his stipulation agreement, which would be another citation for the business?
I'd have to look at the...
Because these are the things I think we want, if they sign it, and again, they don't have to sign it if they don't want to, like in this one. But these are the things that we want to make sure these people that are distributing a drug to people are sober and not under the influence of intoxicants or other drugs or anything else like that. That's kind of what we have that here for. So I guess I would ask the
I can
police department to
investigate
check into that and report back to the committee.
got a motion?
That's a motion.
Second?
Okay, motion by Alder Galvin, second by Alder Dorf. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, that motion carries. We'll
Is there any licensing violation here? That was my question. This is not a tavern, is it?
Yeah.
He was an employee that
This
was
is a
in the
dirty
parking lot.
bookstore.
An employee of
Violation
the-
occurred.
What was it?
There's no license involved, is there?
Wait, Lions
Lions
Den,
Den.
that's a tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tavern.
Oh, it is a tavern?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought the Lions Den was
Yeah,
something else.
so did I.
I correct myself. The Lions Den I thought was a bookstore.
This is a little bit further south from that location.
Okay.
All right.
We're good?
You're at adjournment.
Well, what about, what's this, I meant to ask, we're at, it says on the, our agenda, public hearings, G?
So we've created like a master template for all committee and council agendas for all of them to look alike. This committee doesn't necessarily have public hearings on items like Improvement Services Committee has public hearings on special assessments and things like that.
okay.
This committee doesn't have that. The public input usually happens whenever the agenda item is called, whether it's a denial of an operator's license or a liquor license application. So that doesn't necessarily apply to this committee, but to make it consistent within the system, that shows up on every agenda, even though there's nothing. on
Okay,
it.
okay, that's
Okay.
all I need to know. Okay, well, then before we adjourn, I would just like to say that I'd like to thank Alder Zima for his many years of service.
Oh, well,
I-
you're very welcome. Thank you so much.
I know, in my rookie year, I learned a few things from you as well as other alders, and I appreciate that.
Well, service sometimes is just temporarily interrupted.
Yep. Yep, so, thank you very much, and I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Let's let
So
Alder
moved.
Zima do this. Second.
Second, motion by Alder Zima, seconded by Alder Dorf, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. That one kills me.